Hello, everybody. Going to start in about 3 minutes. Hey, Annie, can you tell me, are we landscape? Because my phone just flipped. I don't know if it's right or not. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Angie. Oh, okay. Yay, landscape. Okay. Thank you so much, Annie. That makes me happy. I don't know if Facebook just decided to correct itself or what because I didn't do anything. It just flipped. I thought I would try it last minute and there it was. So, yeah, it was all Facebook. It wasn't my phone. Hi, Susan Reed. I don't think we've met. Welcome. Glad you decided to pop in today. I've got a few minutes, 2 minutes before I get started, and I'm trying to settle down and relax. I've been in Modesto all afternoon, and then I came home and had to deal with some things here, and then I had brought most of my stuff up, but as I started looking around, a few things were not here, so I had to run back down. Good exercise, right? Hi, Julia. One more minute. Let everybody get on. I want to remind you about sprinkling. Hi, Carol. We're almost there. Just about. More people are coming on. That's good. Okay, there it is. 7 o'clock. Let's get started. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. Thank you for coming tonight. Hi, Donna. Just saw your name pop up. Okay, I'm going to work out of the annual catalog today and the celebration catalog. This is the first release one, but I'm going to be working out of the second release one, the little ladybug set, this one here. And I'm also going to team her up with the buffalo check. Thank you, Carol, for sprinkling. So let's just get started there. I'm going to tell you what I used. I used Real Red cardstock and Whisper White cardstock, both to be found in the annual catalog on page 163. Tonight I'm also going to use the Stamparatus tool. It's also in the annual catalog on page 184. Hi, Reiko. Hi, Eva. And I'm using some blends again. I'm going to show you a little added thing with blends today. You can find those in the annual catalog, page 179. And like I said, the little, hi Sarah, thanks for popping in. Nice to see your name. The little ladybug dies and stamp set that you can earn the stamp set for free if you have a $300 workshop or you gather some friends together and get to that level. You'll get this little stamp set for free. I've had a couple of people do that. This is it right here. It's just absolutely adorable. See, I earned it too. I always mark the things that I earned free. Well, not always. I try to. Sometimes I forget, just so I know how I'm doing in my business. Okay, so, and then there's the coordinating dies that you can buy. that will cut out most of the images in that stamp set. And then the buffalo check background is on page 156 of the annual catalog. And watercolor paper. Maria, did I say hi yet? If I didn't, hello there. Watercolor paper, page 169. Half-inch satin black ribbon, page 175, annual catalog. Mini glue dots, liquid glue, page 183. And the paper trimmer, which is in the mini catalog on page 45. And then I'm going to use some little doodads that I will talk about later, and they're from Amazon. Okay, so here is both my blog, and you're here on Facebook, so you know my address here. And this is my website on the Stampin' Up! Website, and this is my hostess code for this month. Are you ready to see what I'm going to show you today? I like it that it's still light, but I think that made me feel a little rushed. I'm like, it's already time. Oh my gosh. Hi, Mary. Okay, let's get started, and let me show you what I'm making with this little ladybug set. What do you think? Now, if you're new to my page, if you like what I'm doing, thumbs up or hearts, and that will let me know that you like what I'm showing you. And please ask any questions that you have. Hi, Charlene. While I'm stamping, and I'll try to answer your questions. Okay, so there's a heart. Somebody likes my ladybug. Okay, here's the Real Red cardstock, and it's a standard piece cut at 5.5 by 8.5. Oh, lots of hearts. Wobble, wobble, yes. And scored at 4.25. So that is my card base. I'm just going to fold it over, the card base. Make sure my corners are lined up. Oh, thank you, guys. She is cute, isn't she? And take my bone folder, run it across the seam. Hi, Debbie. And then, as I've always taught you, wing it back to get that beautiful professional seam there, fold for you. Okay? There's that. And then I'm going to show you how to do the buffalo check. And I want you to notice how black my buffalo check is, and there is a way to get that to happen. And let me show you that way. We're going to use the Stamparatus tonight. Here is the Stamparatus. The first thing I want you to do with your Stamparatus when you're using it is place a stamp set, any stamp set. I'm using the Happy Birthday one, it doesn't matter which one, and lay it underneath the clear plate. That way, when you press on the stamp to ink it up, you don't bend your plate and crack it. See, with nothing in there, it might bend and crack. So this just gives it a level playing area, and you'll be nice and safe there. I'm also using black Memento ink. And don't limit yourself to just using black. I'm going to show you a couple other samples. They are black and white and pink and black, but you can use this buffalo check in any color whatsoever. Now, what I want to show you about my paper and this side, one, on the page that I gave you that the Stamparatus is on, you'll also find extra magnets in case yours break or get lost. You'll find the Stamparatus grid paper there, and the Stamparatus, and everything you need for the Stamparatus is on that page. And so I love this grid paper. I just put it in my Stamparatus, and I stamp up my paper a little bit differently than most, I think. So you'll notice here I have a full card here instead of just my piece for layering. And I do that for a reason. The magnets sometimes can get in your way. Hi, thank you for coming back, Karen. Sometimes the magnets get in my way. I don't know why, but they bother me sometimes. And so I feel that if I put a whole piece on here and put my magnets off to the side where it's not going to interfere with the stamp, then they're not in my way in any shape or form. And if I want to keep, stamp this piece and then flip it around and stamp the clear piece, I lay it down where it needs to be. I place the stamp on the paper and then press it down onto the plate. And then I take a pen and I mark where my paper is. See that marking there? That way I know that's where I'm going to put my paper next time. And I'm not going to move my stamp, and I will stamp correctly every time. Now I stamped this piece twice already. This is a great big background stamp. And when you stamp it the first time, it looks more of a light black or a dark gray, we can say. Hi, Karen and Linda. And when you stamp it a second time, it's much darker. But when you stamp it a third time, then you're going to have this nice dark check. And I let it sit there a minute, and I rub this part of my hand up and down the stamp just to make sure I'm getting some really good hard pressure and letting the ink soak into the paper. Now that's if you want a deep, dark black. And then I lift, and look at that, it's perfect. Now, see how my magnets did not get in my way? And now I can take this piece off. I have a lot to grab onto. Hi, Rhonda. I have a lot to grab onto. And now I'm going to go to my paper cutter, and I'm going to trim off the piece I need. Move the extra stamp set that was just there so I could press down on my stamp, ink it up correctly without hurting my plate. So I'm placing the end of my cardstock at 4. That's the width I want my layer piece. And I'm cutting. And then I'm going to turn it, and I want the length at 5 1/4. And there we go. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that, Carol Schaefer. I thought it was much, much easier. And like I've told all of you in the past, those of you that have been watching, in the past, my goal as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is to find out what the easiest way to do things are and then share them with my customers and fellow demonstrators. Okay, so I'm going to set this piece back for a minute. Then I'm going to go back to my Stamparatus. Now you need to keep your magnets far away from each other because they're super strong and they'll grab on. Now just to show you my point here, see where I marked with the pencil? I can place the second piece, that was the other half. It's still a little longer, this part. And I can just grab there and there. And then this is going to be my first, well, I don't think I'm going to waste my time doing that. Not my time, your time, watching me do that. So you would ink it up and then press, and it's going to fit right on there again. I'll just do it with the leftover ink so you can see. But that's how, see, that's how you can do multiples, because you know where to place it. Okay? All right. So let's go back to the card. All I have to do now is add my ribbon. And this is the black 1/2" satin. And I love this ribbon. In fact, I think I need to get some more. It's shiny. It's a good length. I use it a lot. And not just during the holidays for Halloween or anything. I just use it a lot. I'll show you some other cards in a bit. So you probably want to know how much ribbon that was. I'm terrible with this, with measuring. 16, about 20 inches. I usually just eyeball. So you guys have to hit me up when I don't give you something that you might want to know. Okay, so I'm going to lay that and make sure the back is straight. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. So what did you guys do this today? I went with one of my downline. She hosted at her new house a get together for demonstrators, and it's called a shoebox event. And I think there was 9 of us that could come. We had 2 cancellations. They had emergencies, but they're okay. And so it was fun. I got some more samples and some more ideas to share with you guys, so that's really cool. So there's my bow. And then I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper, Whisper White also, back to my black ink, and I'm going to ink up. Oh, somebody likes the bow on the checkerboard. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to, let me see, did I? Yeah, I just cut this out straight. Stamp, "Hey lady." And I just love that sentiment. Hey lady. So cute. Okay, back to my trimmer. You share, I love watching you. You share so much, so many. I can't read the whole thing, but I think you're saying you like my tips, Carol. That's great. That's what I feel I'm here for. Now, this trimmer, with this small piece of paper on the old trimmer, I might not be able to get this so straight because the old trimmer doesn't have these mountains and valleys here, and this stops the paper even with a real thin piece, a real narrow piece. So I love that. So that's one of my favorite things about this trimmer. I had a customer at my last class asking me, how I like this trimmer, and I'm telling you, I just love it. So now I'm just going to make a little tail. And how I make my little tails, my little flags, is I just go up the middle like this. Then I grab the corner and I go right up to where my slit ended. And then I grab this corner right here, and I go up to where the slit ended, stopped also. And there's your little flag piece. Okay, and that's going to go right there. Hey, lady. And we can put that on very easily with just a little mini glue dot. I like to use 2 just so things make sure they stay where they're supposed to. All right, now I can put this guy onto the card. Hey, do you guys want to know? Lindell, you're on here. Hi, Roseanne. I need to smack myself. I didn't send your card yet, but I'm not going to lie. I no good excuse. Busy, yes. Excuse, no. But it's going to go out with the winner of last week's card. So they'll both go out tomorrow. It's first on my to-do list because I was bad and didn't send it out when I should have. So forgive me. So the winner of last week's card, I don't think she's on yet. I know you say it's okay, Lindell, but it's not. Hi, Nancy. So this, thank you for being so patient with me, Lindell. This card was what I made last week, and the winner is Patsy Mezzattini. I probably killed her last name, but I know Patty. She lives up in the hills, like El Dorado Hills. I don't ever get to see her except for at Stampin' Up! Events usually, and she finds me. She always finds me. She is the sweetest lady, so I was thrilled when her name got picked. But I do need Patty's address. So Patty, if you watch this on my replay, I need you to send me your address because I do not have it. Okay, so let's put this aside and let's go to our watercolor paper. If you don't have watercolor paper, I think, uh-oh, did I bring up the wrong type of paper? Are you kidding me? I thought this was a watercolor paper and it's not. Glassine sheets. Okay. I'm going to have to, do I have any in my pack? I don't think I do, ladies. Does that mean I'm almost out? No watercolor paper in here. Note to self, I need watercolor paper up here. Okay, I'm going to have to just stamp it on regular paper, but I really like this set on watercolor paper with the blends, okay? So that's what I would do normally. So I'm going to use the same black ink. You know what I did? Like I said, I was in Modesto all day. This is the way I ink up a larger stamp so I can make sure that I'm getting the whole thing inked up. I turn it so I'm looking at the stamp rather than having the stamp tap like this. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this flower. Now that we're landscape, I have a whole, Lindell, what happened? I didn't see your comment. I'll have to read it later. What was I saying? I don't know. Lost what I was saying. So I see prayers, so I got worried. So I stopped. My whole train of thought went. I'll look at it later. Okay, inking up my little ladybug. And this is just one of the ladybugs in the set. Let me see. Maybe I'll stamp her this way. There you go. And now we're going to color. Okay, so we're going to go to the wide tip, and this is the light Daffodil Delight color. And I'm hoping this is dry because I give my black ink a little while to dry. Using the sides of the tip of my marker, I'm going to color in this flower pretty quickly. Save, Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Hi. Okay, I'm coloring, so I'm not seeing all the comments, so I'm going to have to go back and read them later. Okay, so there's the flower. Then I'm going to take the dark, and I'm just going to go where the stamp tells me. Remember last week I was telling you that I let the alcohol do its thing and let it run together. So let's do that. Let them run together a minute. Try to have a little bit of patience. You just love this card. Good. Circular motion to blend and pressing lightly using the side of my marker. Thursday I had open house and I had a whole bunch of ladies here. Oh my gosh, I was slammed, people. Slammed. I started to get nervous, but it all worked out. Everybody's so good to me and patient. So there's the blend in like that. Now what I wanted to teach you extra, anyway, at open house, Squirrel, I let them use my blends, and I'm all, okay, I'm letting you use my blends, but these are my babies. These are my, so you have to use the side of the marker. Do not use the tip and spread it out. Do not ruin my blends. And they were all so good, not a ruined blend in the house. Now this is Dark Mango Melody. So normally we use the light and the dark, but I wanted a little bit more highlight. So I'm going to the Melody, which is another, just in the yellow orangey family color. And we just add more highlights. And then pull that one out with your light. Pretty. Okay, so we've got the Granny Apple Green. I think I'm going to take the fine point for the stem. And then the wide point. Yes, I love red and black check with black and white check also, Debbie. Okay. Then the darker. Then we let it do its thing. Run, alcohol, run. Give it a minute. And then pull it out with the light again. Circular motion. Okay. Now for the ladybug, I'm going to use the black blend. And if you want blends, if you don't have very many and you want some, Just get a few at a time. You don't need to get them, you know, all at once. Just maybe every time you place an order, order a combo pack. Or maybe one order with 3 or 4 combo packs, you know, colors, until you've got a good variety. And I would start with a green and a flower color that you like, maybe a lavender or a yellow or a pink. Because we have a lot of flowers, and so you know you'll use those. You know you'll use your blends on that for sure. Just coloring her little feet and hands. And then the red, I'm going to start with the light, real red, and I'm going to do her little back. And then her wings. And I see something else I forgot. The little light flesh color for her face. So I'll have to finish this up after the live is over, because I didn't bring up the color for her face, I don't think. Nope, I don't see it. Okay. Now remember, this is a set you can get with a $300 party or order. Oops, sorry, wrong side. And you can also buy the coordinating dies, which is really cool. Okay, so now I'm just going to come up in a corner, get a little bit darker here for the shading. Let it blend. And then circular motion where they meet and pull it in. And you're good to go. Remember to put your caps back on. Hear the snap? That means they're locked in tight, and they will not evaporate. They're nice and shut, closed tightly, so nothing will happen to your blends. Okay, now I'm going to clear my spot because I need to cut these guys out. So here comes this Big Shot. I just cover up my little images. Oh, here they are. And hold on 1 second. Look what I got. New plates. Can you believe it? Well, first you need your dies, Bev. Okay, so here's the little ladybug die. Finally got new plates. I got 2 sets, one for my folders and one for my dies, and boy do they work nice. Okay, run through. Did you guys talk amongst each other while I ran to my staircase? Because I left the plates on my stairs. At least I remembered what I did, huh? And these pop out really easy. See that? So these dies are item number 153588. Super cute. I'm going to put them back in their container before I lose them. Okay, Mr. Big Shot, go back down, and then back to my card here, and I am just going to snip, oops, I'm out of camera, I am just going to snip a bit of that stem off. So let's see. just like that. And then I'm going to lay her just like that. And these little wobbly guys. Hi, Karen. These are on Amazon. These, you can get these in Amazon. And I believe, I have to look myself. I'm going to put on my blog tomorrow what they're actually called. We just call them wobbly thingies. I don't know what they're called. But they're on Amazon. And I think there's multiple sizes, or at least 2 sizes. These are the bigger ones. I've seen images where that are smaller that wobble, so they must have small ones too. They're really easy to use. There's a thin top and then a thicker plastic bottom. So the thin top, you kind of bend it back and you see the little line there, and you pull the paper off. And that goes on your stamped item. I think the first time they're called wobbles. Okay, great. Thank you, Lindell. Oops, I forgot to punch this little part out right here. Okay. And they're clear once you take the paper off. So even if they're a little bit bigger than the item you're putting them on, they're clear. So it's not like, for instance, you can see a little bit of it right there, but it's not a big deal. Then you take the back and you peel the paper off there. Oh, it's dark now. And I set it down. I want to make sure I get this in the corner. So I've got my finger underneath the wobble so it doesn't get stuck on my paper until I want it to. There. Isn't that cute? And then this guy, I want him lifted just a hair. So I'm going to put a dimensional right on the flower, and then I'm going to stick her down, landing right on the card. What do you guys think? All right, we need to line the inside of the card, and I'm going to stamp, let's see, what do we have here? I'm going to stamp "Spread Your Wings and Fly." Did I lose you guys? You're awful quiet. Okay, ink pad. I think they come in different sizes. I'm not sure, Carol. I think they do because I've seen them on smaller items, unless people cut them down themselves, but I doubt it. I bet you they come in different sizes. Okay, this says "Spread Your Wings and Fly." I'm going to hold it down a second, let the ink soak into the white cardstock. See that? Perfect. Yes, different sizes. Thank you. Okay, it does come in different sizes. The wobbles come in different sizes. And I need to get some smaller ones because mine are pretty large. Some liquid glue on the back of my piece that's lined. And this is 4 by 5 1/4, just like the black and white check was. And there we go. Okay, so let me show you what else I did with this little ladybug. I just started playing with her the other day. So I made this checkerboard background. And you know how much I love the hearts. I almost was going to just show you this card, but then I said, they're going to say, "Bev, you're stuck on those hearts." And I am. I totally am stuck on the hearts. So I cut out a heart, and look what I did. I laid down this black satin ribbon underneath and then put the layer piece on top. I just love, 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 love that idea. Then I put a bow, and then I use the flower punch that you can earn right now through Celebration with a $100 order. But look what I did. I ran Whisper White cardstock through the floral folder. this one here, with this pink ink. What's it called? Oh, it's not pink. I forget the name of it right now. You can use any color you want, though. Red would look good, too, with this black and white check. And I punched it out twice. I punched this flower out twice. Okay? And the reason I made 2 of them for each one of these flowers is because I've told you a million times that I have this thing about liking the back to look as pretty as the front. So, got a little bit too much glue on that one. So I put 2 together. Rococo Rose. I knew my Vanna would pop up. Thank you, Debbie. That's exactly right, is Rococo Rose. So now I've got a flower that is just as pretty on both sides. Now on this card, I stopped at the bow. But on this card, this one is Rococo Rose cardstock with black buffalo check. And the flower is not scrunched up, and it's all the way up the side. But the ribbon is the same. Okay, so how you make them scrunched up like this is I just take my pointer finger and my thumb, and I push down, and I just squeeze to get a little, see that little slit there that I just made? So I'm just squeezing the back like this. And then I just grab the petals and I twist them and turn them until I get them to do what I want them to do. You can turn it and grab it any way you want, as long as you can manipulate those little petals to do what you want to do. When you squeeze it in the middle like that, they kind of pop up a little bit more. So I just play with them. That playing with them breaks down the fibers, and then they're more pliable. Okay, then you can put, hi Nancy, you can put mini glue dots on the back and just stick it down. See how it would look all the way up with this one? I really like this one a lot. So back to my little ladybug. So you can just take her, put a little bit of glue on the back if you'd like, and stick her peeking out from the flowers. And I just thought that was adorable. She's not even colored in at all because she's black and white, and she matches the whole little theme there. Or you could color her wings red if you'd like, and she would stand out more like this one does. Okay? So that's what I had for you tonight. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm going to hang a minute to see if any questions pop up. I missed a few comments. Stunning hearts. They are. The heart dies today at my little event with my downline. I had 2 downlines that said, I do not have those hearts. And I said, anyway, they're going to go home and order them now because they love them. So this week's winner will win one of these cards. So good luck to you all. Sprinkle, 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 if you will. I noticed that I have a following in the 20s, and I'd like to celebrate by having some followers in the 30s and 40s and 50s. So, I get a lot more views on the replays, but watching maybe Sunday nights are bad. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm trying to get my count up. So if you guys would sprinkle, that would be awesome. I don't see any first time watching, Susan. I hope you had fun. Oh, thanks. It was fun. Oh, good. Good, Susan. Come back. I'm here every Sunday at 7 Pacific time. Love you too, Lindell. And I'm going to go read my messages. If I missed any questions, I'm sorry. If I didn't say hello to you, it just means I was concentrating on what I was doing. And I will send Lindell her card. This is hers. And I will send Patty her card. This one's hers. Okay, ladies, have a nice week. See you next week. Bye-bye.